pick up your phone to check one text message, and suddenly an hour has passed. You've watched people you don't know remodel their kitchens. You've read comments on a controversial post that made your blood pressure spike. You've compared your real, messy life to someone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. And when you finally put the phone down, how do you feel? Do you feel rested? Do you feel peaceful? No, you feel exhausted. You feel drained. You feel like you just ran a mental marathon, but you haven't even moved from the couch. Today, we are going to talk about the massive biblical difference between resting and numbing. And we're going to look at a story from the Old Testament that explains exactly why giving your best mental energy to a screen is making it impossible for you to hear the voice of God. Let's talk about exhaustion. When we're tired after a long day of work, dealing with kids, or managing stress, our bodies cry out for rest, and God designed us to need rest. But we have bought into a massive cultural lie. We have convinced ourselves that scrolling through our phones and constantly consuming content is rest. It isn't. It is just noise. Look at the story of the prophet Elijah in 1 Kings 19. Elijah was physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted. He was running for his life. He was depressed. He desperately needed to hear from God. So God tells him to stand on the mountain, and a great and powerful wind tears the mountain apart. But the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind, there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. God wasn't in the massive, dramatic, loud events. He was in the gentle whisper. Here's why this matters for you today. When we pick up our phones to scroll, we're looking for the wind, the earthquake, and the fire. We're looking for the massive dopamine hit. We want to be entertained, we want to be outraged, we want to be stimulated. We're filling our minds with absolute chaos, and then we wonder why we can't hear God. My friend, you cannot hear a gentle whisper if you are constantly surrounding yourself with the noise of the internet. The Apostle Paul talks about the profound effect our focus has on our actual physical and spiritual state. Listen to Romans 8, verses 5 and 6. Those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on what the flesh desires, but those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. The mind governed by the flesh, by the noise, the scrolling, the constant numbing, is death. That word death doesn't just mean physical death. It means spiritual exhaustion. It means anxiety. But look at the promise for the alternative. The mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. Every single decision you make is a liturgy. It is a habit of worship. Every time you pick up your phone before you say a prayer in the morning, you're telling your flesh you are in charge. We have to understand the difference between resting and numbing. Rest restores you. Rest fills your cup. Rest brings peace. Numbing distracts you. Numbing pauses your anxiety for 20 minutes, only for it to come back twice as strong when you turn the screen off. Numbing is a temporary anesthesia for a soul that desperately needs the great physician. Are you picking up your phone because you are genuinely seeking connection, or are you picking it up because you are avoiding the silence? So, here's your practical application for the margins of your day this week. I call it the pause before you scroll rule. Every single time you reach for your phone to open a social media app or a streaming service, I want you to pause for 3 seconds, take one deep breath, and ask yourself this specific question. Am I seeking rest, or am I numbing out? If the answer is numbing, put the phone down, go for a 5-minute walk, open a psalm, create the silence necessary to hear the gentle whisper. Choose the Spirit over the flesh. If this hit home for you today, please subscribe and join our community. And in the comments, tell me, are you more prone to genuinely rest or to numb out? let's be honest with each other. I'm praying for your peace this week, and I'll see you in the next video.